At this point in our season, we're like 21 and 28, but you know me. I want to lose, I want to tank, I don't want to be that good this season. When we take a look at the rankings, the Cavs and the Bulls, rightfully so, all your top teams in the East. But when you look down here, we're not all the way at the bottom, and this is a problem. Right now, we're 21 and 28. Both the Force and the Blue Crabs are actually worse than us, and then all the way down here, the Brooklyn Nets. And on the West Coast, it gets even worse. You go down here, the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers is pretty much the bottom dwellers, and the Mavs. So I want to make a couple trades, make us worse, maybe get a couple of draft picks. Then we're going to sim to the draft and see who we can pick up. Hopefully it's a top 5 pick. Alright, now a small move that I'm going to make right now is Festus Ezeli. Yes, we're getting rid of Festus for the rest of us, for Jeff Withey, and a second round pick in this year. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because, again, I want to lose as many games as possible. So Festus is a guy with a 1-year contract. We probably won't be able to sign him again in the offseason. So we're going to get rid of him now, get a second round draft pick. Maybe we trade that, maybe that's a bargaining chip. But for right now, sorry Festus, you gotta go. Okay, now here's an interesting move which has a little bit of repercussions. So right now we have Jeff Green, which you guys know, can't stand the dude, and Skal Labissière, who, just to be honest, I'm not sure if he's going to be the center of the future that we're looking for. I can get the Suns' first round draft pick, which is top 5 protected, but I think I'll be fine there, and Tyson Chandler. But Tyson Chandler has a really, really big contract. The good thing is, he's 34. I feel like I can use him in another trade later in the offseason. But for right now, I'm going to make this trade. It's a little risky salary cap-wise, but I think we'll be fine in free agency because we're getting rid of $15 million, and there's not a lot of money on our payroll. Now, we've made it to the end of the season, and LeBron James is your MVP, rightly so. Look at the dude's numbers. Didn't average a ton of points per game, but he had a double-double, nearly a triple-double with those assists when you throw it in. Ben Simmons, no surprise, is your Rookie of the Year. Jordan Clarkson gets your 6th Man of the Year. DeAndre Jordan is your Defensive Player of the Year. And most improved was to Steven Adams. I think we all can agree that dude's been getting really, really good lately. Coach of the Year, unfortunately, is not us. It goes to Steve Kerr and the Warriors, who had probably the best record in the NBA at 58 and 24. So a quick look at your all-NBA teams right here. Russell Westbrook, of course. John Wall getting first team is a little bit of a surprise to me. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns getting on first team already at this point in his career. I would love to have this dude on our squad. Second team, I can kind of see that Andre Drummond. I'm a little surprised to see him there. Jimmy Butler leading there. Damian Lillard, I feel like that's a dude we could probably get in free agency at some point. Fingers crossed we can land him. All defensive team, no real surprises for me there. Second team, same thing. I'm surprised Kawhi Leonard, though, did slip to second team and not first team. When we look at the all-rookie first team, the 76ers are cashing in. We want to be like them right now. Look at this. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. We have Chris Dunn for the Timberwolves, Malcolm Brogdon for the Blue Crabs, and Brandon Ingram. Nobody for us, though? Really? Really? We don't really have any rookies. On this side, you see Dario Saric, also from the 76ers, so they're playing Sam Hinkie. It looks like it's working out for you. Trust the process. We get into the NBA playoffs, and the Golden State Warriors are your champions. Kevin Durant is your finals MVP. Looks like it paid off for you, KD. The crazy thing, though, is if you look on the East Coast, Philly gets into the playoffs. They get past the Hawks. They then go to play the Cavs. The Cavs sweep them. And then the Toronto Raptors sweep the Cavs. There must have been an injury there. That's just a little too insane. Paul Pierce finally retires. A list of other players that have done it as well. Jamal Crawford, sorry to see you go. Would have loved to have him on the team too. Paul Pierce is the only player that goes into the Hall of Fame. I feel like another guy will probably get in there soon though. Now, a really cool thing that's happened is that in Myleague, some really cool rule changes can actually happen. So here you can see that a bunch were rejected, but the draft lottery odds of obtaining a top 3 pick are based on the team's final record. That actually got improved, so that's interesting. Everything else though here is pretty much rejected. Okay, the big part of this, the draft lottery. Now, if you look at everything right now, we are projected to be the 10th pick, which is not good enough. I want to be in that top 3 somehow, some way. We need the ping pong balls to fall in our favor, so I'm hoping that we can get in that top 5, hopefully the top 3. It's going to be a long chance though. You've got to be kidding me. We get the 18th pick? Oh, sorry, this is from Phoenix. Okay, we're good, we're good. I got really nervous. I thought that our 10th pick went to the 18th pick. We're okay. A little nervous here. We're projected at 11. So we get the 11th pick. Not too happy about that. I wanted a top 5, but right now we have 2 picks in the top 18. That's just not good enough. So the way that the draft lottery pans out is the Pelicans, the Nuggets, and the Nets are the top 3 picks in the NBA draft. When you go down to us, we're at number 11 and at number 18. That's just not good enough for me. We got to do some work. I got to get into that top 5 or into that top 3. So before we get in the NBA draft, I fired our coach, fired a lot of our staff, but we fixed things up. Look who is our head coach. Ty Lue won a championship in Cleveland. He can do it in St. Louis. At least it's what I'm hoping right now. We got a pretty good assistant GM in David Vincent. His contracts and his trading are both super high, which is what I wanted. And our CFO, his business and his potential are both pretty good. So I'm feeling pretty good. And then assistant coach, we got pretty good offensive, defense, and potential ratings. So we should be pretty solid moving into this next season. This is interesting. So look at this. Our trainer has uncovered an injury concern with Lonzo Ball and his knee. He considers it serious and suggests that we do not draft him. If you know me, I love Lonzo Ball. I want to draft this kid to our squad. I think he would be the perfect point guard. But a major knee injury, I don't want to go down the path of Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. We might not draft Lonzo Ball. This is big. This is huge news. We also find out that Kennedy Meeks also has a serious knee injury. Okay, so I have some pre-draft workout results, and these are the guys that I brought in. As you can see, Dennis Smith Jr. is down there. Somehow he's projected to go 32nd. That might be our steal. If we can't get one of those guys in the top half of the draft, Dennis Smith Jr. is coming home with us. Better believe that. This is what we've been waiting for. The NBA draft is officially upon us. What are we going to do? Who are we going to get? Not going to lie, guys. I'm absolutely nervous. Okay, who will New Orleans pick with the very first pick to help out Anthony Davis? That's dangerous. Markelle Fultz goes to New Orleans to help Anthony Davis. That team might just be a lot better really, really soon. Who's going to go number 2 to Denver? Jason Tatum. This is a guy that I wanted to fall to me later, but he goes number 2. Unfortunate. Lonzo Ball goes number 3. Even though he has a serious knee injury that a lot of teams were scared from, the Brooklyn Nets took that dude. Guess we got to draft somebody else, guys. Okay, now there's a lot of people that I could take at this point. Harry Giles, Miles Bridges, the guy that I was hoping to target at this point, even Jonathan Isaac. But the guy that I'm going to go with is Terrence Ferguson. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Now, a big reason why I want to draft this dude is because look at his potential rating. That's an A-. That's music to my ears. His open shot 3 is an 83, which I think will be really good. I need a shooting guard. I can get rid of some of those other guys that I have on my team. I know there's an abundance of those dudes. I will make it work because free agency, it's going to be a game changer for us. So, Terrence Ferguson, we're going to draft you. This might not be a popular decision, but Dennis Smith Jr. is valued at 32. I think this dude is going to be the truth. I think he could be the best point guard on our team. The point guard that we need. I'm going to take a leap of faith and take Dennis Smith Jr. way earlier than he should be at number 18 when he's projected at 32. Let's hope this works out. Dennis Smith Jr. is coming to St. Louis. Now here in the second round, I'm not seeing a ton of what I like. There's this dude, A.C. Hendricks. I don't know who this dude is. Apparently he went to Vanderbilt. But when you go down to his stats and you go down to his potential, I don't know if my scout is correct, but if his potential is an A+, even though he's a point guard and I already drafted Dennis Smith Jr., this is worth a gamble. And then also, his 3-point scoring is also an A+. So this dude, we might have found a diamond in the rough here in the second round. I'm absolutely taking him. And with our very last pick in the second round, I'm going to go with Jonathan Myleague. He's a kid from Baylor. I don't really know much about him, but I liked his measurables. The thing that got me is that here they said, not sure if it matters or not, but Jonathan Myleague from Baylor measured on with higher numbers than we had for him. Maybe this dude, maybe there's something to him. I don't know. It could be a throwaway pick. Maybe there's something to him. Let's go ahead and draft him. Welcome to the squad, Jonathan Myleague. You're a second round at our last pick. Let's go to free agency. Okay, so a quick recap of the draft really quick. Markelle Fultz, Tatum, and Lonzo Ball were your first couple of picks. Josh Jackson, De'Aaron Fox. The guy that I did want, Malik Monk, went to Pittsburgh. A little nervous about what they're going to have there at their squad. Grayson Allen will be tripping people in the city of Seattle. Terrence Ferguson is who ended up taking. Harry Giles on a couple picks later. Miles Bridges ended up falling at 17. We got Dennis Smith Jr. at 18. And then to finish out round number 2, we took Jonathan Myleague. So not a bad draft. Something weird that I found out about A.C. Hendricks, this dude is 24 years of age. So that's a little interesting. But all of our rookies, we are going to sign them. I thought about not signing the second rounders, but I think it's going to be worth it. So we're going to pull them into the squad, even though they're pretty lowly rated. What's really interesting is look at all these people that declined their player options. Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. There's a ton of players out here. Unfortunately, Joel Embiid got kept. But there are a ton of players out here that decline their options. So we're going to see if we can pick up any of these guys in free agency. Let's find out what happens. This is a bombshell. An absolute bombshell. Not only did Kevin Durant go into free agency, Stephen Curry is in free agency, and they're both unrestricted free agents. We're going to give Kevin Durant as much money as humanly possible, and we're going to give him a no-trade clause. Hopefully this dude accepts it. Now, Nerlens Noel is here. I kind of want to give him an offer. I know we're going to have to give up something if we do give him a contract, but this dude just is too good to pass up on. The last player we're going to offer in free agency is Serge Ibaka. I'm going to give him a little over $21 million. We'll give him a player option. This is the worst news possible. Kevin Durant just gave us the middle finger. He's going back to Golden State. How could you, Kevin? So because we didn't get the Kevin Durant offer, I'm going to decline on Serge. We did get Nerlens Noel and Kyle Korver both agreed to come back, so we're going to take both of those guys back. It pains me, but I'm sorry, Serge. You're just not going to be worth it for me at this point. Now, it's at this point I realized I need to cut some money if I want to sign another free agent, and I really want Gordon Hayward. He's still available, so we're going to make an offer at him. I don't know if I'm going to get him, but Allen Crabbe and a second-round pick for Thabo Sefolosha and a second-round pick. Allen Crabbe's contract is pretty expensive. Thabo, he's a little bit old, but this dude is a 2-year contract that we can try to move around, so we're going to go ahead and take Thabo off this one. Now, in a little bit of a crazy event you guys saw in the offseason, we did sign Tyson Chandler as part of that trade that we got. But this dude's contract is ridiculous. 2 years, $26 million. He's 34 years of age. He's not ever going to play for us. So I'm going to do a trade with the Bulls. I can't believe they actually want to do this. We're giving up Tyson and a second rounder to get a first rounder top 5 protected, which I think the Bulls will be fine by that point, and a 22nd rounder. I'm going to go ahead and do this deal. It's absolutely worth it. Now, because I've made those moves, I'm in a much better situation at this point. I can give Gordon Hayward some pretty big money. He's still pretty young. He's 27 years of age. This dude is incredibly underrated. So Kevin Durant didn't want to come to us. Maybe Gordon Hayward will. Now, in horrible news and a horrible turn of events, Gordon Hayward went back to the Utah Jazz. What is up with players? I get it. It's the money. But really, Kevin Durant and Gordon Hayward both sprint us in the offseason. That's not a good look. Okay, so good news. We didn't get Kevin Durant. We didn't get Gordon Hayward, but we got Doug McBucket. So we're going to get Doug McDermott. He's going to play small forward for us. It's going to be rough, but the good news is this dude can shoot from outside. He can drive a little bit. Should be a good stopgap until we can get somebody better in the draft. And because you never know who's going to get injured, and because I like having 800 different shooting guards, believe me, I'll trade some, I promise. I'm going to pick up Jonathan Simmons as well. We signed him to a 2-year, $2 million deal, which should be good if we want to trade him, because that's going to be super good. He's going to hit some outside shots. So as we get ready to start the season, here's a quick look at the roster. It needs some work. I got to retool some people. We're going to have to depart with some people that we don't want to trade, but here's who we are. We have Nerlens, Danny Green, Sefolosha, McDermott, Glenn Robbins III. Yeah, that's a lot of small forwards. Sefolosha will trade before the deadline, though. Marjanovic, we've got Kyle Korver still, Jonathan Simmons, Murray, Livingston, Ferguson, Allen, Dennis Smith Jr., AC Hendricks, and Modest. If you look at these last 3 draft picks, maybe Dennis Smith Jr. was the reach. I don't know. We're going to find out. I want to get him some playing time. AC Hendricks, we're definitely going to get some playing time with that 8+ 3-point rating. That's just out of this world. And Modley, I might have missed drafting this dude, not gonna lie. So that's all I got for today. You guys let me know, how did I do in the draft? How do you guys think I'm gonna do this season? Will I even get to the playoffs? Will I be one of the worst teams in the league? Again, I'm not trying to be a good team this season. Year 3 is when I want to actually dominate. So if I can get a decent squad together, find out who's good, trade some of these veterans, get some more draft picks. You know I like draft picks. I think we'll be fine. But you let me know in the comments below, what do you think I'm gonna do this season? As always, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.